Hello, everyone. Good evening. This is Life Issue, and my name is Blessing. Thank you so much for coming to our channel this evening. On this channel, we'll talk about issues that relate to marriage, parenting, childhood, child upbringing, anything that is actually making a trending news or a viral news headline out there. We will be talking about it here. This evening, I just want to ask a question that has been on my mind throughout today. When do you stop? When do you let go? What should happen in a relationship that should trigger your saying, I'm not able to go on with this marriage or with this story anymore? Should there be a limit? Should there be a trigger that should end that plan? All right, this evening I want to talk about Ada's story. This story was broken to us on Wednesday. We all heard about her experience after learning about Osinachi's death. Ada decided to break up her wedding that was slated to have happened today. A lot of issues and a lot of questions have been asked about Ada's action. Was it bravery or was she covering up her past? This evening, we're going to be looking at this story and everything that has happened so far, and the allegations and the counter allegations. And we will, on our own, make up our own mind. Who do we believe? Was it bravery or did she just do it because she got cold feet? Join me as we talk about Ada Uburu. Okay, guys. So I think it was on Wednesday or Thursday. I think it was Wednesday or Tuesday when Major Nigerian online newspaper broke the story of Ada, and it was like a young lady that was about to get married just called off her wedding, and now her reason was because this is what she wrote, and she said, "I never wanted to bring this here, but I have to. I'm a type of person who likes to keep my relationship away from social media, but this is for clarification purpose." So basically, she alleged that her fiancé was abusing her and that he was actually beating her up. And because of that, she was going to call off the traditional marriage that was supposed to have happened today. And now the man that she was supposed to have wedded, it was supposed to be traditional wedding and white wedding. And she was supposed to have married David Okike. And so social media went wild. It was like, oh my God, this girl, she had liver. She's so brave. She actually decided to choose herself instead of the most coveted prize that every single girl wants, which is marriage, a husband, aka a prince charming, someone that come and sweep you off your feet. I mean, we all grew up being told that we are the market on sale and that one day will be sold off. So can you imagine how people felt that she had the liver to call off her wedding. I think I was one of those that I actually had to go to her, inbox and like, oh my God, you are so brave and everything. And I just told myself, you know what, for her to have not care, not mind about the shame, the talking down, the gossip around her, I felt that she was so brave. Okay, so just few days or kind of like a day or two after she went viral, her supposed fiance responded. Now I'm gonna show you guys. So that's them while they were preparing for their wedding. This like a wedding pre-wedding pictures, and they were all loved up, preparing for their wedding and everything before she now made that allegation. So this is what David responded to. Now, I read David's response and I was like, oh my God. Do you understand? I mean, she said she doesn't want you are beating her. So this was David's response. And there is an aborted marriage with Sandra Obi. So apparently she had other names. That's what David was alleging, that she has other names. So, and I'm going to read David's write up because that's where I'm going to before I go to her response. And while I'm reading it, I'm going to ask questions, okay, based on what he's written. So, contrary to the statement my wife posted on her Facebook profile bearing Ada Uburu, which is currently trending, this is my story. So he's actually calling her my wife, but he has not even paid any dowry, okay? Let me first clarify that we have dated for 8 years and she bears Ada Uburu with her official name, Michael Helen Ozoma, and another identity, Sandra Obi. So you know that she had like three identity on social media, and people she's known by different names. I don't know why people do that. I don't know why people you have your name that your parents gave you, now start answering other names. I think these people are dubious. All right, let's continue, which she uses to suit her purpose of identification at a particular time. Within these years, I have never on any occasion, irrespective of the level of provocation, raised my hand on her. This is because I respect, adore her. There was no such occurrence where I raised a knife, cutlass, or harm on her, and it was shocking to read her fabrication in that regard. So, what he's saying is that everything that she said happened did not happen. Okay. Then he went on. Assume that there is no perfect relationship. So something was wrong anyway. I can't deny the fact that we sometimes disagree, but it never led to assault as she alleged. I make the above statement knowing that that's where we were not living alone, but surrounded by relatives, which can as well serve as witness to how we lived while we were together in my house. Now, your relative, your family, your sisters, your brothers, okay? All right, I'm just saying. My mother-in-law still keeps in touch to date. This goes to prove that she's on her own and doesn't enjoy her family's support in the destruction line she has stored. Okay. So what he's saying is that Ada or Helen's parents and family are still talking to him. But she's saying something different in her response. But I'm gonna go to her response and I'm gonna explain to you why they are both having contradictory, statements. This is difficult for me to bring to the public domain, but I'm aware that he who asserts must prove, and that silence sometimes means acceptance. And as such, I am handicapped safe from letting the public into this issue. I am now certain that she isn't the woman meant for me, as she is more interested in tarnishing my image and ruining my reputation after swindling me and postponing our scheduled marriage for 4 consecutive times. So he is saying that she swindled him, and also that he both of them are confirming that they are not meant for each other. So that at least that one we can bank that one, that both of you have agreed that you don't want the marriage. So that's fine. So good, 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 good. At least we're getting somewhere. To what gain exactly? Even after terminating 3 of my pregnancies without my consent, this is where I do, I don't know how the pregnancy one came in. Okay. So you could have just said, okay, thank you so much. I mean, I didn't do this, I did not beat her, I never happened. And then, this ends the story. Then he went into petty, this is the bit where I'm like, okay, you want to tarnish my image, I'm going to tarnish your own image too. So she terminated 3 of my pregnancies without my consent. So she did the first one, you are not aware. Second one, you're not aware. Third one, not aware, and you still want to marry her. Okay, let's continue. Why would a rational thinking woman keep quiet while I spent heavily on wedding arrangement when she was convinced she didn't want the marriage to hold? Now remember, she wanted it to hold. Her wake-up call was Osinachi's death. So let's not, deviate from the truth. And also, the question is, why will a rational man actually want to go ahead with a wedding, knowing that this woman is a serial pregnancy terminator? I'm trying to understand. But let's continue. She had always maintained that she never wanted a child before wedlock, which is rational. Which woman wants to have a child before wedlock? If she's good enough to be slept with, why didn't you marry her? I'm trying to understand what he was trying to paint here. Okay. Well, which I accepted and respected her decision because of the love I have for her. After paying her bride price on 2020, she took in and terminated the pregnancy at Federal Teaching Hospital, Abakaleke. That was the third pregnancy she has terminated, and I was pained. And we had some misunderstanding, and it got to a stage where my mother-in-law got worried if she could still get pregnant because of her series of abortion. So this woman has had series of abortion, and you still wanted her to be your wife. Now, it's not you that was worried, it is your mother-in-law that was worried now. Okay. But as it may, when we went for marriage counseling, the church said that her condition doesn't permit holy matrimony, but rather marriage blessing. This got her, okay, this this got her unnecessarily worked up. She became hostile to me and got angry at any little provocation. It was the height of her frustration. She isn't what I bargained for after all. So what he's saying is that because she's pregnant, okay, she did the first termination, second termination, third one, and now she's pregnant again. No, so now 4 times you have given her belly. Now they now went to church. Church said, okay, because she's pregnant, we cannot wait you white wedding. We're going to just do church blessing. And he's now saying that's where she got angry. The picture I have all over the internet are misleading and a plot to lead the general public astray. This is because I have supported financially even to the extent of opening a pharmaceutical and poultry business for her, facilitated her COVID-19 grant, which she never gave me a dime from. Rather, she had her way and lavished it on her extravagant lifestyle. Okay. I thank God that she's taking this direction and I accept and respect her decision. But telling lies to play a victim is beyond normal and unacceptable. Regardless of what happened, she's having my child, and the Uburu tradition and culture doesn't allow that I receive the dowry I paid as she's pregnant for me at this present. When she delivered my child, I thank okay. Okay, I think she said okay, but telling lies to play a victim is way beyond normal and unacceptable. Regardless of what has happened, she's having my child, and the Ubro tradition and code does not allow that I receive the dowry I paid as she's pregnant for me at present. When she delivered my child, I will surely receive my dowry. A woman with multiple identities. So this guy is saying that, you know what? She's a serial pregnancy terminator. I know that she's killed 3 of my children in her womb, but yet I still want to marry her. I gave her opportunity. I thought she was not going to get another pregnant, but then she got pregnant. Then we want to go ahead and marry, and then there was a lot of things he said, but it boils down to the fact that okay, I'm pitying her to marry her. I wanted to marry her. The church did not want us to do a white wedding. She got angry, and this is why she's doing all this. Okay. Um, let's see what she had to say, because when I read his response, I was like, "Oh my God, no, no, don't, let's not go into that abortion. You're an abortion, trying to tarnish somebody's image, trying to tell, I didn't. I was like, no, this is becoming very messy. That's how I felt. Okay, if both of you are gonna let go, just let go, just let go. All this that she has said, this is what you did to her. Just say no, I didn't do it. Bringing in abortion, no abortion, this, that. I didn't know how it got that messy, because at the end of the day, you were the one that was giving her the sperm, and she was getting pregnant. And then why would she want to have a child outside wedlock? No woman wants that. And that's one thing you guys need to understand. No woman wants to have children outside wedlock. But what happens that sometimes some men, you're in a relationship with them, you get pregnant, and then they're not ready. They want to terminate first pregnancy, second pregnancy. Do you understand? Even though he's saying that she did it behind his back, but you found out, so the first one you are okay, the second one you are okay, the third one you are okay. You guys haven't actually told us what happened, but let's listen to what she had to say. She responded today. So this is her response. Okay. Okay, so she said she suffered two miscarriage because of physical assault. She actually displayed a medical report of the last. I'm going to show you guys the medical report, because she actually displayed it. It's on her Facebook page, and she actually showed us a medical report. And what she's saying, that no, I did not have any abortion. Yes, I was pregnant, but I actually had a miscarriage because this man was beating me. You guys can go and read it. It's online, it's there. Even when I took in, I would tell him to give me, even if it's a little space, like a month before, so that I won't miscarry, but he won't. Rather, he would drag with me and end up beating me. So the guy was asking for sex when she was pregnant. Maybe she wanted some time for the baby to develop or something, but the guy will, remand for sex, and then in the process, the child will go. That's what she's alleging. He practically caused all the miscarriage I went through by his beating and not even having common self control. So he was not keeping to himself. He was still wanting to sleep with her while she was pregnant in the early stage. And then some people, it does happen, early stage of pregnancy, they will tell you, okay, you know what, leave the baby to develop. But some men don't understand that, okay? All right, so she showed us the scan. She showed us herself in the hospital. Um, she gave us, I think that she had two letters from two different hospitals that shows that she actually was admitted, and she had there was something happened to her baby. The baby, something happened to the fetus, so we know something happened. She's giving us receipts. Um, if the hospital have CCTV, it will be recorded right now, right there, because it was his elder sister, Juliana Okike, who accompanied me to the hospital. Okay, so she's giving names. Why did she accompany me and not my supposed husband? He kept giving excuses. Baby, wait next week. Next week, that never finishes. Woman would have witnessed me. Okay, yeah. So she's saying that the baby stopped breathing, the baby stopped moving, and that he did not even go for the CT scan or for the early stage scan. And the baby, she actually had a miscarriage. And she referred to people who had miscarriages. It happens, it does happen. And this is it is a lot she wrote. It was a miscarriage, and only God knows what I went through. And he was like, he was abusing her, he was beating her up. And she kept saying that Osinachi's death was for her a wake-up call. It was a wake-up call for her. She had to leave this relationship, and she's saying that she did not do any abortion. She had a miscarriage. Now her story is very long, oh. Her explanation is very long, okay? And I'm like, this woman made a decision, and we all have to respect it. She is saying that this man is beating her, that she has lost her pregnancy because of the alleged abuse and maltreatment. Now, she never said she was not pregnant. Even her initial, she was actually trying to conceal the reason, because when I read her first, um, message out there, the first time that she posted and said she was canceling the relationship, the wedding, she said because of some misunderstanding, but she didn't tell us why. I don't know people if people understand how it is for a woman to be in a relationship and for her to get pregnant and then expect the man to actually go and pay her bride price and the man refuses. First of all, you feel as if maybe the man doesn't love you, he's using you, maybe he has plans to dump you. The only thing that comes to your mind is if you are working and you don't really mind terminating the pregnancy, the only thing that comes to your mind is just for you to get the baby out, because this man might just leave you before you get to the altar. So maybe she did terminate this pregnancy. I don't know. I'm not there. But the point is, even if she did, who is to blame? The woman was pregnant the first time. When you got her pregnant, you loved her, you wanted to be with her. Why didn't you just go ahead and pay the bride price? From her message, from whatever she has written, it has been, make a good woman out of me, stand by me, do God, just good, do good over me. But you didn't. Let's say she now terminated the pregnancy because you did not, the first one, the second one, the third one, marry her. Are you going to blame her? Are you actually going to blame her? But even though she's saying she didn't, that it was miscarriage, but let's think about her mental state and how she felt being with a man that she loved, that she actually wants to marry, and she got pregnant. And the man is dilly-dallying, not making any moves to marry her. If she's working and she's capable and she doesn't want to be a baby mama, Oga David, what were you expecting her to do? Keep the child when there was no show of interest that you want to marry her? I mean, this woman has been bold enough to say, I don't want again. I am tired. I am not marrying again. Let her be. Let her be. Tarnishing her name or talking about abortion, because you know the society that we live in. And that's why you have to bring this up, just to finish her, to tarnish. I mean, your, I don't know how to put it. All she wants, all she have asked, all she decided to do was to tell her story and let go and move on. She said, I do not want to marry again, which is okay. As a man, she actually accused you of domestic violence. If you needed to respond, okay, just say, I did not do anything. Let her prove it. Let her, just respond. But all this abortion, no abortion, this, no, I mean, it was, to me, I think this is so, it's so petty. It was, I mean, that's what I feel. Her allegation is you abused her. There was violence. That's what she's saying. Let's address that. Leave the baby or no baby. Leave the abortion or no abortion. Yeah. Think about her own mental. I just feel for this woman. 3 children gone for one man. 3 children. First child. Whether not miscarriage or abortion, that one was done. Second one, whether not miscarriage or abortion, and then she will still come back open leg. You enter. Jeez. Do you know how psychologically damaged this woman is? Do you know how traumatic this relationship could have been for her? I actually don't know why women pass through this. I don't know why women hold on to a damaged relationship just because I want to. And this woman could have gone ahead to marry this man if not for Osinachi's wake up call. And this is what we are saying. You see, if that relationship is not giving you joy, if that relationship is causing you a lot of pain, If that man is not valuing you, if he's not respecting you enough, why are you holding on to it? Let it go. Let it go. Do you know what? At the end of the day, it is not worth it. Your happiness is the most paramount thing. I was watching a video. I don't know if I can find that video now. I was watching a video that was this afternoon by, I hope, let me just see if I can get that video. Um let me just see. By, I think is Apostle Suleiman. And I totally agree with him, what he was saying. Let me just get that video and play for you, Lord, so you guys can listen to what he had to say. I totally agree with him. See, it's about time we make it normal that if any man insults or beats our sibling, even if he's a church member, we go and beat up that man. Do you understand? If you have a family member and a man is, I'm trying to get the video so that you guys can watch what, for the first time, I mean, most times I'm not, I'm like Apostle Mark, but yeah, but this time around he made sense. It did make sense. Let me just get that video and I'm going to end this show with this video because he was making sense. And I was like, yeah, this is what I want to see Nigerian pastors saying. I want to see Nigerian.
There are certain marriages that should break. There was nothing they didn't say about. That's why I kept quiet now. Did you hear me say anything now? I didn't talk. But now, that's not the latest ever.
Okay, wait.
There are certain marriages that should break. There was nothing they didn't say about. That's why I kept quiet now. Did you hear me say anything now? I didn't talk. But now, that's not the latest. Everybody's talking now. And somebody reached out to me and said, well, you said it years ago. They insulted you. What did they say? You are in a marriage. A man is beating you. You won't leave him. Stay there now. You will die. We'll bury you. A man raise hand and beat. If I catch you in this church as a man, you beat your wife, we will beat you. I'm not joking, no. What is happening? All those women that husbands are beating, don't they have brothers? If they have no biological brother, they have Christian brothers. I'm warning you now, if you are beating your wife, stop it. If your wife reports you to me that you are beating her, I will go to the police. I will take permission. So after police, who will you report me to now? And let them know what is happening. That as a pastor, that you allow me and some brethren, I will gather them. We will keep you.
All right, so guys, that's. I mean, I totally agree with this pastor. It's about time we start beating these people up. I'm telling you. I mean, if anybody abuses your younger one, just go and get them, catch them and beat them up. They want to fight, yeah? Let them fight a man. Okay, let them fight a man. All right, guys. So I just wanted to show you guys the woman's response and his allegation. Yeah, this is what she had to say, and she said it was a miscarriage. It wasn't an abortion. There's a lot of male influencers and bloggers that are carrying this man's part of the story. But we all need to look at this in a very holistic way, okay? Because once we say, oh, she was an abortion, she did an abortion, then we now turn to the woman. But this woman is saying, no, it wasn't it wasn't an abortion, it was miscarriage, and it was caused by his assault and his maltreatment of me. That's what she's saying. And she gave us receipt. Not only did she give us receipt, she actually showed us a video, a picture of her in the hospital after one of her miscarriages. I mean, you cannot have abortion and they are giving you drip. It's not possible. And she actually called the man's sister, going with her for her scan, and where they find out that her baby was not responding. Let's think about how traumatic this woman is, or how traumatized she is. And, understand that this relationship was actually a toxic relationship, and it is better that both of them did not marry. You know what? I hope, I pray that they never ever marry. I don't even want to hear that they later came back together. No, it is bad. It did not work out. It should not work out. It was toxic. whoever that is lying, between them, so one of them is actually not telling the truth, but it doesn't really matter. This relationship is toxic. They should not be together. They should go and look for their own happiness separately, because it is very toxic. Okay, if what the woman said is true, or if what the man said, because the man's use of words for that woman, he called her a prostitute, said that she's sleeping around, so many things he said, yeah. And I'm like, okay, you know all these things about how she was sleeping around, and you still wanted to marry her. Um when I gave my husband the whole, post that they've put out there for him to read, and I was like, who do you tend to believe more? Because I like weighing some of my stories, having my husband to read it, but if it has to do with relationship. And he was like, I tend to believe the woman more, because if this man actually believed that this woman took first child, second child, third child, he would not want to marry her. So, but if he had, that means he was aware. If there was an abortion, he was aware. And I'm going to say something as a single woman, you're in that relationship, the love is sweeting you. You get pregnant, the man tells you to remove your baby. You get another pregnant, he says, please shine your eyes. That man doesn't have any good thought for you. If a man really loves you, and let's say you guys are sinning and you now get pregnant, he will marry you. That is his child. That is his seed. He will not tell you to terminate your child. So if you're in a relationship and you get pregnant, while you guys are doing the wrong thing, while you guys are praying and fasting, and then that thing happen, and you guys now have, get pregnant, and the man tells you to have to terminate or to abort, madam, how many abortion will you do? How many? How many of them will you do before you know that this man does not have your goodwill at heart? And the funny thing is that you might do the first one, do the second. Can you imagine what he was saying? That the mother of the woman was not sure if she will get. I bet you he must have told her, you must get pregnant again before I will marry you. That's the condition now. May God forgive us in this journey called I will marry. I want to marry. All right, let me just put this story out there for you guys to have the whole picture of what has happened and the fact that this woman responded to this man. So I will not be carrying half-baked story and be saying, okay, she was aborting. She's saying that she did not abort. That's the story. What do you guys think about this? And do you guys support Apostle Suleiman's remedy to this thing? If anybody beats your younger sister or your elder sister, when I go gang up, go and beat them very, very well. Jungle justice. What do you guys think? I don't know. But sometimes some men needs to get sense, and we need to show them sense by beating them up. What do you guys think? Drop your comments anytime you watch this video. Like, comment on it, and please put your thoughts on this story, because a lot of people are passing through domestic violence and we need to help them. God bless you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please don't forget to like. Please don't forget to subscribe. Bye bye.